the man takes out the $2 million IOUs owed by villagers. He burns all the IOUs to ashes right in front of everyone. From then on, he only wants to be an ordinary civilian. It turns out the man was the village's miracle doctor. With his ancestral acupuncture therapy, he cured countless difficult diseases, and the medicines he prescribed were both cheap and effective. But when the man asked patients to pay a 10 yuan medicine fee, the other party asked him to put it on credit instead. The man felt deeply helpless, because there were already a full box of such IOUs. One day, an aunt brings a strange woman to see the man, but after taking her pulse, the man knows she isn't sick at all. Unexpectedly, the woman pulls out handcuffs and cuffs him next second. Turns out the woman is a police officer, and those who reported him are his indebted neighbors. Never did the man expect that he kindly treated the villagers, only to be framed by them in the end. Not only did they report him for practicing without a license, but also slandered him for deliberately overcharging. They even deliberately said it was all for his own good, telling him to rehabilitate in prison and be a good person. In fact, they just didn't want to repay the debt. The man finally warned the villagers that every one of them had ailments only he could treat, but everyone just didn't believe him and kept accusing him of being a greedy quack. Before long, the man was taken to the police station, but when the female officer asked how long he'd practiced illegally and how much he profited, the man stated he'd practiced medicine for 10 years, but hadn't earned a single penny from it. However, the female officer flat out disbelieved him, so she decided to investigate the matter herself. Then she went to the man's home to try finding evidence, but upon entering, she saw only shabby, worn-out furniture. She couldn't believe the man was truly so destitute. The assistant beside her told the female officer that the man was poor because of doing good deeds, since villagers gave IOUs for their medical treatments. But the policewoman still didn't believe it. She couldn't believe there was such a kind doctor in the world. Soon it was time for the court trial. The man claimed he practiced for over 10 years without making money, and presented the IOUs written by the villagers. But the villagers said that though they didn't pay, it was because the man had failed to cure their illnesses. They even slandered him for prescribing random medicines, and that those Chinese herbs had been completely ineffective. Finally, the court called a famous brain specialist who firmly believed only surgery could treat strokes. That so-called TCM treatment for strokes was a fraud. No matter how much the man explained, no one was willing to believe him. Even the aunt he'd cured of strokes started lying, denying that he had ever cured her illness. Now the man could do nothing at all, because both witnesses and evidence were against him, under the accusations of so many villagers. Finally, the court sentenced him for illegal practice, fining him 2 million yuan in ill-gotten gains, and sentencing him to 20 years in prison. The villagers were extremely excited by the verdict, because they finally didn't have to repay the debt. But just as the man was about to be taken away, the aunt who had slandered him had her old illness recur. It was the recurrent stroke she used to have. The old man anxiously begged the man to save his wife. Do you think the man should help save her? Leave your thoughts in the comment section.